Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share a post-burn review of Kringle Candle Reserve Jolly Gingerbread. This is a part of the Holiday 2025 Reserve Collection, which is launching on October 28th at noon Eastern. I will put a link to Kringle Candle at the top of the description box. The candles aren't featured on the website quite yet, but if you are watching this after October 28th, feel free to use that link to pop on over to the Kringle website. If you don't have any rewards available, you can use my discount code Melanie15 to save yourself 15% off of this or any of the other fragrances that are launching in the holiday collection. There's a total of 4 fragrances, and I'm gonna have all of them reviewed prior to the launch. I'm starting with this one here because honestly, I have really fallen in love with this particular fragrance. I've been in the market for a really nice, more European take on gingerbread. And I think that Kringle nailed this one. And I think it's specifically because of the almost like vanilla bean buttercream type note that's running throughout this one. It really helps to tone down some of that, what can be, I think to my nose at least, a very aggressive ginger note. So this to me smells a lot more like a European take on gingerbread. It's not overly spicy, and if you've been struggling to find a gingerbread that isn't super spicy, listen up. I think we found it here. This one is so lovely. I will definitely be repurchasing this one myself in the future. Just so you guys are aware, Kringle was kind enough to send me all 4 of the upcoming launches prior to the release, so that I could review these guys for you prior to the launch. So hopefully these reviews help you decide whether you want to add any of these holiday reserve candles to your collection or not. So we're gonna get started with Jolly Gingerbread. This one is definitely my favorite out of this little bundle here, but there are also 2 other fragrances that I've really fallen for as well. And spoiler, there's one that I'm a little about. I would love for you to guess which one of the 4 fragrances I'm not crazy about in the comments down below. So you can leave your guesses down there. If you've been following me for any amount of time, I am gonna bet that a number of you are gonna get some gold stars by guessing it correctly. So anyway, this one here, however, rock star, amazing fragrance. Love this one. So let's go ahead and dive in. So because these haven't formally launched on the website as of right now, I don't have the cute little scent story to share, but I do have the top, middle, and base notes. So we're gonna run through those first. Then I'm gonna tell you what I smell in this particular fragrance. I will then go ahead and dive into the overall strength and throw, and then of course, lastly, address any burn issues that may have popped up with this one. All right, so the notes for Jolly Gingerbread read. At the top, we have baked gingerbread accord and creamy butter. For the mid notes, we have cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and of course, ginger. You gotta have some ginger in a gingerbread candle. We also have sweet light cream and vanilla bean at the base. So what do I smell here? First of all, this is very much a more European take on gingerbread. I grew up going to the German Christmas markets and purchasing, obviously, German gingerbread. And I miss that German gingerbread immensely. It's very different from American gingerbread. I feel like European gingerbread, first of all, is much softer. It's not quite as heavy on the ginger. Listen, the ginger is definitely present. It has to be for it to be a gingerbread. But it's just not quite as like aggressive as, I guess, the American gingerbread is in terms of the amount of ginger that's added. Also, I feel like the overall spice notes are a little bit softer, just like they are in European gingerbread. So this to me is kind of the perfect gingerbread. You do smell that true gourmand, just general gingerbread note. I feel like here the butter and the base notes of the sweet light cream and the vanilla bean. I think that the sweet light cream, the vanilla bean, and the creamy butter overall, it smells like they're blended together in almost like a vanilla bean buttercream type concoction. And it really, I think, is what is toning down that ginger. It tones down that cinnamon, which can definitely be a little bit more aggressive at times. It tones down the clove. It also tones down that nutmeg just a touch. You can still smell all of those distinct spice notes, but they are not overwhelming. I won't even use the word subtle because it's not like they're subtle. You can still very much smell them, but they just don't smell as sharp to my nose. I think that is what I don't really love about a lot of gingerbread that I've tried here, especially in the States, is that it tastes kind of sharp and it smells a lot sharper because there's just a lot of ginger used. And then also a lot of times I think that, you know, there's just a heavier hand with the cinnamon, the clove, and the nutmeg as well. And this here is, I think, much more accurate to what European gingerbread smells and honestly tastes like. So listen, I've been on the hunt for a really good gingerbread, and I think that this one here is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. I love this. I will definitely be repurchasing this one before the holidays. I want more of this. I think this is going to smell incredible once I start busting out a lot of my, holiday tree scents. I think this one is just going to blend incredibly well with those. I think this is also going to go beautifully along, other fragrances that I adore, like Nest Holiday, my Voluspa Noble Fir Garland. I just think this one is going to blend incredibly well with all of the other holiday fragrances that I typically use every single year, all of my staples. This one here, I think this might be a staple. I'm still interested in the Voluspa Gingerbread Chalet. I keep getting some mixed reviews from you guys regarding that one, so I think I'll definitely still try it, but probably just in the 3-wick tin, and I'll definitely compare it to this one once I pick it up. But yeah, overall, this one here is a big fat winner. I love this fragrance. This is definitely worth trying, you guys. Let's dig into the strength and throw. This has been a solid, I would say, almost 8 in terms of strength. It is quite potent. The throw, I would honestly probably put more so at around a 7. It doesn't fill the entire downstairs, but it absolutely fills the immediate area where I'm burning it, and it travels quite a bit throughout the downstairs. Enough so where I have to be mindful about what else I'm burning alongside this one. But it's a great performer. I mean, for this being a 2-wick, this is a really good performer. Would I purchase this in a 4-wick? In a heartbeat, especially with this label and the black jar. I think it would look stunning in a 4-wick format. So if this does come out in 4 wicks, I'll pick it up in 4 wicks. But if all we're getting are these 2 wicks for this year, that's fine. But Kringle has been known to put some of the reserve fragrances in the 4-wick format at this point, so my fingers are crossed. Cross your fingers for me as well. This is definitely one that I would love in a 4-wick format. Even a little bit more oomph out of this one, it certainly wouldn't upset me. In terms of the overall burn quality, I feel like for the most part, she has done well. But I will tell you, this one burns pretty hot. And I think you can probably kind of tell towards the top of the screen right here. This one forms some pretty big mushroom tops. It seems to burn quite warm. And so I have limited my burn on this particular scent to about 4.5 hours. When I go much beyond that, I do start to deal with a little bit of smoking from the wicks. I think that just has to do with the types of notes or like fragrance oils that are used in this particular scent. But as long as I don't go beyond like the 4.5 hour mark, this one has burned just fine. Actually, the other 3 fragrances, I can burn those. I've burned those like 5 or 6 hours, and those haven't had any issues at all. But with this one, I think the types of oils that are used definitely cause it to burn just a little hotter. So let's take a look at these wicks so that we can see. Yeah, look at those guys. You can really see those mushroom tops starting to form at this point. So this has been lit for, I think at this point, it's probably been about 2 hours. I don't even think that this has reached the full wax pool yet. This does get a really nice deep wax pool. Let me see if I can turn this to the side. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I would say that's just about almost at the full wax pool. It's gonna pull out just a little bit deeper before I end up blowing this one out. But as you can see, I'm almost to the halfway point here. And I've been really pleased with this one overall. I just need to watch the burn time. So I really like this one, you guys. And if you too are kind of struggling to find a gingerbread scent that isn't quite as aggressive as most gingerbread fragrances are, I would definitely suggest checking this one out. I think it's definitely worthwhile, and it is one that I will repurchase myself. So anyway, for what it's worth, those are my thoughts on the Jolly Gingerbread. Again, this is launching on October 28th at noon Eastern. Yeah, I'd love to know whether you plan on grabbing anything from this particular launch. Again, nothing has been set in stone, but I do think that we probably can still expect maybe one more like limited edition holiday collection or something. I just think based off of previous years of, you know, being exposed to Kringle at this point, this is kind of what the pattern is for them. So let me know if you plan on shopping this launch or if you are gonna maybe hold out to see if there is something else coming down the pipeline. I think that this one might sell out during the launch, but I am not 100% sure either. It could. I feel like this one could. It is really, really good. I'll probably have to pick up another one myself. I really do like this one, you guys. So anyway, that is what I think about Jolly Gingerbread. Clearly, I'm sold. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about it in the comments below. Appreciate you being here. Subscribe if you are new. There are more reviews coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.